Is literally when she crosses half court, she can shoot that shit. Yeah.
I mean, not really. I think you're just a little anxious to get out there and get playing again. I felt really good. I thought there was a few periods where I felt like a little tired. I asked for a sub there in the second half or in the second quarter, and clean looks after that too. Early in the second quarter, I had a wide open one, and then made another couple tough ones. And even in the second half, I thought I felt like they all came off my hand feeling really good. So like that's what you can find confidence in as a scorer and as a shooter. And I took one in transition. That's kind of like where I like to get to early, and it's always good to see the ball go through the hoop. And then I came down and shot another one. Then I came down and shot another one and saw 3 in a row go in. So that gives you a lot of confidence.
Is Caitlin Clark basketball's answer to Steph Curry? Natasha Cloud seems to think so after her viral TikTok live, calling Clark nearly impossible to guard. But what exactly makes Clark a nightmare for defenders? From scoring at will to turning an offense into the league's best, we're diving into why players are calling her unstoppable. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Is there anyone in the league who can figure out how to guard Caitlin Clark? Honestly, Natasha Cloud's TikTok live made it sound like the answer is no. On the video, Cloud didn't hold back. She straight up admitted that Clark's range is terrifying, saying, when she crosses half court, she can shoot that sort of ice.
How much did that sequence kind of take out of you, and how did you feel overall getting back in the court?
Yeah, I mean, they were all in transition, so I felt like I was kind of running around fast to try to get them off. You know, a lot of that is credit to our medical team, like have, kept me in shape, even though I haven't been able to maybe be up and down as much as everybody else. It's just finding other things to do that, I can find confidence in. I'm ready to play, and that's certainly how I felt out there. I think the third one, I ran all the way to the corner, then ran all the way back up top, then dribbled a few times, and then finally got it off. But yeah, I mean, that takes it out of probably anybody.
And for anyone who's seen her play this season, you know that statement's not even an exaggeration. What Clark pulled off against the New York Liberty is a perfect example of why defenders across the WNBA are shaking their heads. Picture this, it's her first game back after missing time with a quad injury, a game most players might ease back into. Instead, Clark comes out putting up MVP caliber numbers, 32 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. You'd think missing games and rehabbing would slow her down, but it looked like she never missed a beat. And that's part of what makes her so dangerous. There's no warming up with Caitlin Clark. From the moment that ball tips off, she's at full throttle. And believe me, defenders can feel it. But let's not just stop at the stat sheet. The way she plays creates chaos for anybody trying to guard her.
Now for me, it's just how I recover, especially with the schedule that we have coming up. That's going to be super important. We're playing a lot of games in a very short period of time, so I really have to take care of myself to make sure I don't regress in any sort of way. Like we just talked about when they went on that run in the third quarter, and our coaches told us at the start when we were in the locker room at halftime is like, we already used too many timeouts. We don't really have timeouts to use. Just proud of everybody, whether they were all coming off the bench. I thought Sid was fantastic today. She makes 2 huge threes for us in the second half. Soph was fantastic. People just made really big plays down the stretch. So, yeah.
Think about sitting back in the paint, hoping to protect the rim, and watching her casually pull up from 30 feet like it's a free throw. If you step out to contest that 3, she'll use her court vision to spot an open teammate for an easy bucket instead. It's pick your poison. Clark's read and react style of offense is what confuses defenders the most. She's not just out there trying to outscore you, she's running mental laps around entire defensive schemes. Now, anytime a shooter has range like Clark, people love to throw out that Steph Curry comparison, and here's where it gets interesting. Curry changed the NBA because no one could completely solve him. Defenders and coaches poured over hours of film, tried box and ones, hedges, traps, you name it, and yet Curry kept thriving. Analysts used to say, you can only hope to contain him. Is Caitlin Clark the WNBA's answer to that same puzzle? So far, Natasha Cloud's gone on record to say the same thing defenders have been thinking all season.
Dang, I don't know about in a game, maybe like 6 or something. I don't know, not that many. My most I've ever made in a game is 12. That was when I that's kind of what they gave up tonight, is they were going to let us shoot threes, because when we came off the ball screen, I think we really took advantage of, what they were giving us, and that's what you have to do when you play really good teams.
She's nearly impossible to stop, and just like Curry, Clark isn't only dismantling defenses with her range, she sets the tone for her team's entire offense. Think about her game against the Indiana Fever. Every time the Fever shifted their energy to stopping Clark, it opened up the floor for her teammates to go crazy. And here's where you really see her basketball IQ shine. When defenders start blitzing her after a screen, she makes these calm, split-second decisions, whether it's threading a pass through a crowded lane or finding an open shooter in the corner. She's in total control even under pressure. That's not just about talent, it's experience, patience, and knowing the game inside and out. What makes her even scarier is how well she bounces back, not just from injuries but from tough moments on the court. A lot of rookies, or frankly even experienced players, might have struggled in their first game coming off a major issue like a quad injury. With Caitlin Clark, no signs of hesitation. She goes from the training room straight onto the floor, playing one of her best games of the season against one of the league's toughest teams. That's the mental toughness that separates a great player from an elite one. But here's the thing, it's not like WNBA defenders are slouches. You've got veteran players like Natasha Cloud, who's known for locking people up, openly saying things like, "She had me spinning in circles." That doesn't just happen, so why is Clark breaking through against the best defenders in the world? That kind of detail in Cloud's message feels more like a warning than a compliment. Because if someone like her, someone who's been playing at the highest level for years, is left saying, "We don't have an answer for her," that's a huge deal. We've seen dominant shooters come through the WNBA before, but none that stretch the floor quite like this. Every league has its moments where one player forces everybody to evolve, to adapt, to change the way the game is played. Maybe this is that moment for the WNBA. Clark isn't just putting up impressive highlights, she's setting a new bar for what a guard can do. There's a reason Cloud's TikTok went viral. Those comments didn't just resonate because people were impressed. They resonated because defenses across the league are starting to accept a harsh reality. Caitlin Clark might just be redefining what's possible on a basketball court. So, what happens next? Does the league start recruiting long-range shooters to follow her lead? Do defenses completely change the way they prepare? One thing's for sure, Caitlin Clark isn't just a problem for defenders right now, she's the spark for something bigger. The future of the game might have just gotten a whole lot farther from the basket. Caitlin Clark isn't just a scorer, she's reshaping how the game is played. Natasha Cloud's viral TikTok live laid it out perfectly. The defensive strategies that work on nearly everyone else in the league just fall apart when Clark is on the court. Her ability to launch deep shots the second she crosses half court changes everything, forcing teams to make adjustments they're not even ready for. With players like Clark pushing boundaries, the WNBA is turning into something new, something exciting. So what do you think? Can she really rewrite the record books? Let us know, because this might just be the start of something legendary.